Get it started in a second. Let a couple people get in here. Salami Abashim Al Shabarakatash, ball, sir. Big shout out to you, sir. The water for the brotherhood and the hospitality you showed over this weekend. Most definitely, sir. Most definitely. Shalom Israel, Yahba Shem Yahweh Shabrak to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Lathan Ba Shem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Karan Yala, and it's the Tuesday night Brotherhood class for the Sacramento Israelites page and the ISBK Nevada page. I'm be holding down class tonight for Priest Officer 500 Rock down there in Nevada. Shalom Yahba Shem Yahweh Shabrak, sir. Most High in Christ, sir. I definitely appreciate it, sir. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Nevada, I want to give a hand to the West Coast Cookout this past weekend out there in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I had a ball. Brothers and sisters had a ball. You understand? We came and fell on Vegas in all righteousness. You understand what I'm saying? Big shout out to Officer 5,000, my big brother Shabal. You understand? He had that thing running like a well-oiled machine. Big shout out to Officer of 1,000 Shalimah. You understand? The coldest DJ and one of the flyest brothers in Israel. You understand? We had a ball out there. Big shout out to Officer of 500 Rock. You understand? Officer of 1,000. Glorious weekend. Khan, sir. Glorious weekend. Big shout out to Officer of 1,000 Bakar. You understand? If I'm leaving any brothers out, Salakia, you know, we was deep as hell down there. Big shout out to Officer of 1,000 Ashka War. You understand? Shamar was on point. Shalakia for the not being in ranking order. Big shout out, you understand, to Captain Gadalhar. You understand? Captain of 13,000 Gadalhar. Big shout out to Captain of 10,000. You understand? Kwam Wall. You understand? For sacrificing so much in their life to hold on to this truth and under commanding General Yohana build men. You understand? Yeah, kind sir, Most High Christ. Big shout out to everybody on the West Coast. You understand? Officer 5K Tabawan, Officer 5K Lahab, Officer 5K the Walga Bar. You understand? Officer 5K Yawasop, Officer 5K Kasar Pakad. You understand? Officer 1,000 Kakamai Mai. You understand? Officer 500 Natazab. All my brothers, man. If I'm leaving anybody else, Salaki. Officer 500 Malakma. You understand? Officer of 1,000 Karatazar. These is heavy hitting brothers, you understand, and brothers that understand how to love the children of Israel, unlike you fake Israelites and you brothers that wear certain colors that's too effeminate for niggas like me. Excuse my French, you understand? But big shout out to the West Coast for holding down the annual West Coast Cookout in Vegas. It was a glorious weekend. Everybody had a ball. Big shout out to all the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the sisters that was in the building. You understand? It was a glorious weekend. You understand? So, Lockie, we're going to get into the topic at hand. You understand? This is a topic that I chose because a lot of fake Israelites, Christians, which fake Israelites are, you understand? they don't understand the scriptures. You understand? And the only place to understand the scriptures 100% in its full entirety is coming into the ISUBK, getting an all black. You understand? Getting that Hebrew name as a brother, as a sister. You understand? And studying up under the men that dedicated their life to this truth. You understand? That dedicated their lives to serving the Lord under Commander General Yana and being a servant to the children of Israel. You understand? And sacrificing so much for the greater good of our nation and people. You understand? That is the embodiment of brotherhood. You understand? So I want to give a big shout out to all the brothers and the sisters in the ISUBK up under Commander General Yana. You understand? And you like blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, you cannot understand the Bible unless you are up under the tutelage of men that actually care about the children of Israel. Now, any Negro, Latino, or Indian that would tell you that Ruth was a Moabite or she was of another nation, you understand, does not give a damn about the children of Israel. You understand? We're going to get into we're gonna prove emphatically that she was an Israelite. You understand? Iraq, Yabashim al Shabrakatah. The water for tapping in, sir. You understand? So let's without further ado, let's get it in, man. Let's go to the book of Ruth. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. You understand? Like, yeah. Go to the book of Ruth. This is the book of Ruth, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his two sons. You understand? So this brother of Bethlehem, Judah, he went to go sojourn in the land of Moab. You understand? And to understand this Bible, you have to know the history of the children of Israel. You understand? You got to study deep into what happened when we came out of the land of Egypt. You understand? Where did the Israelites go? Where did they travel to? How did they get to the land of Egypt? You understand? If you don't know the route that the Lord sent the children of Israel to actually go into the land of Canaan, which is the land of Israel, then you won't understand that these brothers and sisters of the children of Israel, they actually went through the land of Moab, you understand? And the reason why is because the Lord, what's the word I'm looking for? The Lord had to humble the children of Israel. You understand? If we would have walked straight from Egypt into the land, you understand? It wouldn't have took as long as it did, you understand? And our people, the Lord calling us stiff-necked people, we wouldn't have appreciated being in the land that the Lord gave us, you understand, to where we was able to live successfully in the land by keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? So this brother and his wife, he went to go sojourn in the land of Moab. You understand? And let's get into why he sojourned into the land, why he sojourned in the land of Moab. Let's go to the book of Salakia. What was that I wanted? The book of Numbers 22 and 1. I'm gonna come back to that, but let's go back. Let's turn back to the book of Numbers, chapter 22 and verse 1. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 22 and verse 1. And the children of Israel set forth and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side Jordan by Jericho. You understand? This is before we came into the land of Canaan, which would be the land of Israel. You understand? Our people, we've been pitching our tents in the land of Moab, because if you know the map of Israel, you understand. I wish I had a map with me right now, but instead of us going straight up from Egypt into the land of Canaan, you understand? We kind of like detoured around. This is like when you look at the location of the Red Sea. The Red Sea is not. We didn't necessarily have to cross the Red Sea. You understand? In order to get to the land of Canaan from the land of Egypt, right? Like the land of Canaan and the land of Egypt, there's no water right there that borders Canaan and Egypt. It's a land that connects with each other. You understand? You can walk from Israel down into Egypt. You understand? But the Lord, having a plan to humble the children of Israel, He sent us on a longer journey than it would have took for us. You understand? Us knowing the land. Like when you read in the book of Genesis, you understand? Uh, Jacob, his sons, when they sold Joseph, their brother, into captivity to the Egyptians, they didn't go the long way to come down into Egypt. You understand? They walked from Salakia. They sold the brother Joseph, who was the forefather of the tribe of Ephraim and Manasseh. They sold him to the Ishmaelites. And the Ishmaelites, they didn't have to cross any water to come into Egypt. You understand? They walked directly from where they bought Joseph from down into Egypt. You understand? But the Lord wanted to humble the children of Israel once again. He took us on a longer and further journey, you understand, so to speak, around the land of Canaan, you understand, through the land of Edom, you understand, up until the land of Moab, you understand. So we've been sojourning in that plain, you understand. Let me go to Numbers, the 32nd chapter. Salakia. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 32 and verse 1. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle. And when they saw the land, Salaki, the land of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that behold, the place was a place for cattle. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and said unto the princes of the congregation, saying, Adaroth, Salaki, Salaki, I don't know what just happened. Yabba Shemal Shabrakata, not desire, sir. Salakia, reading on. Verse 3, Numbers 32 and 3. Adaroth and Divine and Jazer and Nimrah and Heshbon and Elalah and Shabam and Nebo and beyond, even the country which the Lord smote before the congregation of Israel is a land for cattle, and the servants have cattle. Wherefore they said, if we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan. You understand? This land that these brothers is talking about at this time, this is around the land of Moab. You understand? Because if you understand the geographic location of the Jordan River and what's eastward of Jordan, you understand, and westward of Jordan would be the land of Canaan, so to speak. You understand? And on the east side, outside of the River Jordan, would be the land of Moab. You understand? So what these brothers was basically telling Moses, like, look, we don't want to go over the land Jordan. You understand? We want to stay right here and build up cities. You understand? This looked like a good place for us to have our cattle and raise our cattle. You understand? Of course, you know, the children of Israel, we've been shepherds from birth. You understand? This is our trade as a nation. You understand? This is where the Edomites got this from. They don't know how to tend to livestock like the children of Israel. You understand? You can read about that with Jacob, you understand, and how he raised up his uncle Laban's sheep, you understand, in the book of Genesis, but Salakia, you understand? So these brothers, they didn't want to go into the land of Canaan, you understand? They wanted to stay right there on the outskirts of the Jordan River, you understand, to build up cities because it looked like it was a good place for cattle, you understand, Salakia? I'm going to jump down to verse 18. Verse 18. So like, I'm gonna jump down to verse 16. And they came near unto him and said, we will build sheepfolds for Salaki here for our cattle and cities for our little ones. But we ourselves will go ready armed before the children of Israel until we have brought them unto their place, and our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities because of the inhabitants of the land. You understand? So these brothers didn't even want to enter into the city. You understand? So like into the inhabitants of the land of Canaan. They wanted to stay on the outskirts and build up something for their children. You understand? So they can have a safe haven in cities for their own tribes. You understand? Versus going into the land of Canaan and actually fighting with the Canaanites and taking over their land. You understand? Verse 17. So like here, verse 18. We will not return into our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. You understand? But Salakia, I'm a jump up. I'm gonna jump up. Excuse me, because I skipped a verse. Salakia, I'm gonna just read down from 6. And Moses said unto the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, Shall your brethren go to war, and shall ye sit here? You understand? So Moses checking them right now. They talking about they want to stay in on the other side of Jordan. He like, man, look, bro, you think they finna go fight and you just about to sit here and just live a good life? Man, hell no. Y'all better gird up y'all loins and get y'all selves out there and fight with your people. You understand? Fight with your brethren, right? Verse 7. And wherefore discourage the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which the Lord have given them. You understand? He like, man, look, y'all finna sit back and basically be cowards, and you gonna discourage the rest of your brothers from going into this land and taking what the Lord gave them. You understand? Man, look, we ain't no cowards. This like when you think about the ISUBK up under Commander General Yohana, we embody the spirit of the priests and the prophets of the Bible. You understand? We ain't no cowards up here. You understand? We bout that business. And you have to go to war with your brothers. You understand? And this is the same spirit that Moses was in. Moses was like, look, check this out, bro. Y'all talking all this. Oh, you don't want to go over there and fight and woo, man. Look, check this out. Stop being a sucker. You understand? Stop being I don't even want to use the word, you understand? But stop being a coward. You understand? Gird your loins up and go fight with your brethren. You understand? And that's what Moses commanded them to do. You understand? Now I'm gonna drop down to verse 18. We will not return unto our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan or forward, because our father, Salakia, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side Jordan eastward. You understand? They like, look, Salakia, what the hell is going on? Salakia. They like, look, man, we not gonna go on over there to inherit what these other tribes is gonna inherit. You understand? They basically took the counsel of Moses and said, "Khan, I don't want Khan, sir. We're gonna go ahead and go fight with the rest of the children of Israel, but we still gonna build our fenced cities right here outside of Jordan." You understand? And outside of Jordan, once again, was around the land of Moab. You understand? So the children of Israel, we've always been familiar with the land of Moab. You understand? And if you don't know, you understand, if this is your first time watching a class, or if you're not in the school, the children of Moab and Ammon, they actually come from Lot, which was Abraham's nephew. You understand? And you could read about Lot and his daughters and Sodom and Gomorrah in the book of Genesis. You understand? But Salakia, I don't want to be too long-winded on that. You understand? Verse 20. And Moses said unto them, if ye will do this thing, if ye will go on before the Lord to war, and will go over, Salaki, and will go all of you armed over Jordan before the Lord until he have driven out his enemies from before him, and the land be subdued before the Lord, and afterward ye shall return and be guiltless before the Lord and before Israel. and this land shall be your possession before the Lord. But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. You understand? So Moses, like, look, all right, y'all say that y'all gonna come over and fight with y'all brothers, you understand, so they can get the inheritance. That's the why, you understand. Go ahead and do that. And then whenever y'all get finished, then y'all can go back to y'all land and enjoy your inheritance. You understand? On this side of Jordan, eastward. You understand? And he said, but if you don't do it, you understand, you're gonna pay the consequences of it. You understand? Verse 24. Build you cities for your little ones and folds for your sheep, and do that which hath proceeded out of your mouth. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben spake unto Moses, saying, thy servants will do as my Lord commandeth. You understand? This is the land of Moab on the other side of Jordan. You understand? That the tribe of Reuben and Gad chose to build cities in. You understand? So I'm going to go back to Ruth chapter 1 and verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land. You understand? It was a famine in the land of Israel, or in the land of Canaan. You understand? And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his two sons. You understand? And the reason why they can go sojourn in the land of Moab is because of what I just read in Numbers, the 37th chapter there. They have family there. They have kinsmen there. You understand? You have two tribes over there that been settled over there. You understand? Hundreds of years before this happened. You understand? So of course they can go sojourn over there. Of course they can go live over there and be Tawab, because they got family over there. It makes perfect sense. You understand? They did not go live with heathens. They didn't go live with Moabites. You understand? They didn't go. They did not go procreate with Moabites. Let me get Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter and the 3rd verse. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto thy son, nor his daughter shalt thou give unto thy son, for they will turn away thy heart from following me, that they may serve other gods. So the anger of the Lord will be kindled against you and destroy thee very, very suddenly. You understand? The Lord said, look, check this out. You cannot marry these heathens. You understand? That's going to be in this land that I'm going to give you as an inheritance. Because when you start giving your sons, giving your daughters to their sons and taking their daughters unto your sons, they going to start worshiping other gods. You understand? You see that happen today. You see a white man, Salaki, you see a brother that get an NFL contract or NBA contract. You understand? He's not looking to serve his God. You understand? Because soon as he married that white woman, what are you gonna be doing? He gonna be celebrating Christmas. You understand? Because his people has already spiritually married unto these goddamn oppressors. So when he marries that white woman and they procreate and have children together, oh, it's gonna be a white Christmas. Look at Kanye West. Kanye don't serve the Most High. You understand? Of course, it's not brothers and sisters' fault in this empire. You understand? But Kanye run around talking about the black people as the real Jews. Meanwhile, if Kim Kardashian calls him to come celebrate Christmas, you understand, in a few days in this filthy empire, he's going to go to her house bearing presents, you understand, sip eggnog with the transgender Bruce Jenner, you understand? And they're gonna have a gay old time. And I said that word gay strategically, you understand? Because the culture of your oppressor is gay. You understand? But Salakia, you know what I'm saying? The Lord said, look, we can't marry unto these nations because we're going to take on their customs. You understand? And why is that so important when you read the book of Ruth? We're going to get into that. You understand? Because Ruth, you understand, if Ruth was a heathen, what happened to her would have been about her culture. If she was a Moabite, it would have been about serving what was the Moabite god? I forget the Moabite god's name. Molech. You understand? It would have been about that. It wouldn't have been about the rules of the Lord. You understand? But Salakia, reading on. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his two sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites, of Bethlehem, Judah, and they came into the country of Moab and continued there. Excuse me. Verse 3. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her two sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they and they dwelled there about 10 years. You understand? So this sister, her husband died, you understand, but she had two sons. And these two sons married women of Moab. You understand? Now, for all you fake Israelites, or for all you Christians, you understand? I got a question for you. Was Elijah a prophet of the Lord? Was Elijah an Israelite? Was Elijah called the Israelites? You can't find one scripture in here where it calls Elijah an Israelite. But they say he's a prophet of the Lord, right? Watch this. I'm a hold. Let's go to the book of First Kings. First Kings, the 17th chapter. It's the book of First Kings, chapter 17, and verse 1. And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord God of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. You understand? He said, as the Lord God liveth. Elijah was called a Tishbite. That's because Elijah was born in the land of Tishbe. You understand? It's no different than Paul being mistaken for I don't want to use Paul because that's not good enough. It's no different than Timothy, his father being called a Greek. Salakia. Let me get that. Acts the 16th chapter. You understand? Acts 16 and 1, I believe. It's no different than a black man from the tribe of Judah that lives in America that is called a goddamn African American. It's no different. You understand? You got Haitians called Levites. You understand? You got Benjamites called Jamaicans. You understand? They call West Indians. Why is that? Because this is the land that they grew up in. Yeah, he's a Jamaican by citizenship. That is not his true nationality. His true nationality is an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. Now I can use Paul. Paul was in handcuffs. You understand? He hollered at the Roman official, was like, "Hey, check it out, bro. Let me holler at you." The Roman looked at him like, "You can speak Greek? I thought you was an Egyptian." He like, "Bro, I'm a Benjamite. I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin." You understand? That's the same thing that they've always done to us. They called us by the lands that we grew up in. You understand? Just like a lot of those Jews from Spain, you understand, that got exiled out of Spain. These were actual Israelites. You understand? But Salakia, this is the book of Acts, chapter 16 and verse 1. Then came he to Derbe and Lystra, and behold, a certain disciple was there named Timotheus. Then the son of a certain woman, which was called Salakia, which was a Jewess. You understand? It calls his mama a Jewess, meaning she was a Jew. You understand? Or she was an Israelite. You understand? And believed. It said, and believed. The reason why I say and believed is because of what it's going to say next. But his father was a Greek. Hold on. So Timothy was a Greek, huh? Say his father was a Greek right there. You understand? But what did it call Timothy? It says he was a disciple. You understand? Timothy was called a disciple. Who was Christ's disciples? If I ain't mistaken, all Christ's disciples was Israelites. Salakia. Let me go to Matthew's, the 10th chapter. Go to Matthew's, the 10th chapter and the 5th verse. for all you Christians and fake Israelites and all you people that don't know the Bible. Because Timothy is clearly saying that his father was a Greek, but his mother believed. And Timothy was called a disciple. He was a disciple of Christ. You understand? Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. This is what Christ told his disciples. You understand? And Timothy was raised up by Paul, which was directly under Christ. You understand? Timothy was raised up by Paul. Paul, following the orders of Christ to don't go teach any Gentiles, meaning don't go teach no heathens. Verse 6, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You understand? He went to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Timothy was a lost sheep from the house of Israel. His mama was a Jewess and she believed, but his daddy was a Greek. You understand? Why was his daddy called a Greek? If you go to the book of Maccabees, the first chapter, this is speaking about the Hellenization period of the Israelites. When Alexander the Greek, because we don't call him the great, there was nothing great about him, but the great slaughter and homosexuality that he committed, you understand? But Alexander the Greek, you understand? He was the first Edomite, the so-called first so-called Caucasian in history to actually be in rulership. You understand? And what he did was he he uh he he instituted, you understand, and he what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna just use layman's terms. You understand? He pushed a hard line for his culture. You understand? To fluctuate throughout the world. You understand? Throughout that known world at the time, and his empire. You understand that he ran, and he made it a law for people to indulge in the lifestyle of being a Greek. You understand? Speaking the language. This is why when you look at the New Testament, you understand, and you go to the original language of the New Testament, it was written in Greek. You understand? I'm gonna get into that a little bit of that as well. You understand? Because Timothy was called Timotheus. Timotheus is a Greek word. You understand? Uh, 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 um, Jeremiah is called Salaki. I forget the name. What I forget. I forget Jeremiah, the translation from that from the Hebrew into the Greek, I forget it. But Judah, the name Judah in the Old Testament is Judas in the New Testament, because this is a Greek translation in the New Testament. And all of this came about because of Alexander, you understand? Seleucus, you understand? His four generals that he parted his kingdom to. You understand? Ptolemy, what you can read about Ptolemy, uh, uh, him getting into it, and his him running Egypt. You understand? This is why Egypt is called Egypt. You understand? Because the Greeks took over Egypt. The word Egypt comes from the Greek word Egyptos, which means bondage. The real name of the land of Egypt is called Mizraim or Matazarium in the Hebrew. You understand? That's not what it was called prior to the Salakia. Egypt or Egyptos was not called that prior to the Greeks taking over Egypt. And the reason why they called Mizraim or Matazarium in the Hebrew Egypt or Egyptos, because they went and looked at the history of what actually happened in Egypt, and they found out that the Greeks were the first people. I'm sorry, not the Greeks, excuse me. The Egyptians were the first people to actually have the Israelites in slavery. So that's why they called Mizraim or Matazarium in the Hebrew Egypt or Egyptos. You understand? Because they was the first ones to have the children of Israel in slavery. You understand? But Salakia, Timothy, you understand? His father was called a Greek. You understand? Timothy was a disciple of Christ under Paul. You understand? Paul got an instruction from Christ to go not into the way of the Gentiles, but go rather unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You understand? Let me get Malachi 3 and 6. Salakia. I know I'm going all over the place, but to understand this Bible, you must read it how Isaiah said it. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. You understand? You can't just read the scriptures like a goddamn Christian and say, oh, look, this means that. No, you got to back it up with precepts. You understand? And this is how you know the ISUPK are of the Lord. You understand? Because what we do is we follow the Bible, thus saith the Lord. We don't pick and choose what we want to read out of here to teach people. You understand what I'm saying? Adolphus Last. Most High in Christ, I definitely appreciate you. If you could put your name, city, and state in there, you understand, so we can know who you is, or mark you down for attendance, possibly. Salaki, this is the book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. You understand? The Lord said, he is the Lord and he does not change. Meaning what? Hold on, Salaki. And he said, therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. The Lord didn't slaughter the children of Israel. Why? Because he changed not. Because the Israelites are God's chosen people from the beginning to the end. You understand? From Genesis to Revelation, this book is all about the children of Israel. So how in the hell can Ruth be a Moabite? You understand? Salakia. Shalom out of Washington, D.C. Most High in Christ, we definitely appreciate you for tapping in. You understand? What I want now. Go to Joel 2 and 27. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. The water for the comments. You understand? All of that good stuff. We definitely appreciate the support. You understand? And helping us push this truth. Well, I said I want it. Joel 2 and 7, I believe. 2 and 27, I believe. Book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. The Lord has said he is in the midst of Israel. You understand? If he's in the midst of Israel, you understand? Psalms 147, 19 and 20 said he showed his word unto Jacob, his law, statutes, and commandments unto Israel. You understand? As for any other nation, he has not dealt so with them. They don't know his statutes and his judgments. You understand? They don't know the laws of God. They don't know what it means to be punished by God, because the Lord, our God, you understand, us being the children of Israel and we being his chosen people, he only deals with us. You understand? Joel 2 and 27, one more again. Says, ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel. The Lord is in the middle of the children of Israel. Meaning what? He only cares about the children of Israel. You understand? He's not in the middle of what Arabs do. He's not in the middle of what East Indians do. He's not in the middle of what so-called Jewish people do. You understand? He's not in the middle of Chinese and Japanese people. You understand? So Ruth could never be a Moabite. You understand? If you don't know who Moab is, that is the forefather of the Chinese people. You understand? He ain't dealing with them. He only deal with the children of Israel. Amos 3 and 2 says, Salaki, let me get that real quick. Let me get that real quick. You understand? The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Hold on. The Lord said he only knew the children of Israel. You understand? So how can Ruth be a Moabite if he only knows the children of Israel? And it's very, the story of Ruth is very important, If you don't understand who Ruth is the great grandmother of King David, meaning she is a direct Jesus Christ. You understand? Yahweh Shah Mashiach in the Hebrew is a direct descendant. You understand, of Ruth. You understand? She is the great grandmother to one of his forefathers. You understand? I'm gonna read that again. Amos 3:2. You only have I known of the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. You understand? You know what the Lord is saying to you? The Lord is looking at the children of Israel. Imagine your father watching you play on a goddamn playground. You understand? And it's everybody else's kids out there, but he watching you and making sure you don't F up. He making sure that you don't get into some mischief or some nonsense that you're not supposed to be doing. And when he finds out that you're doing it, he's going to punish you for your iniquities. The Lord is telling the children of Israel, everybody is not my child. Just like back in the days, Judite mothers used to say that all the time. You understand? You want to go to a party with your friends. You understand? Your mama like, nah, you can't go to that party. You got to stay in this house. Well, all my friends is going. Well, your friends ain't my kids. That's what the Lord is saying. The Lord is saying, you only have I known the children of Israel. You understand? And therefore, I'm going to punish you for your iniquities. Meaning, I'm going to beat your behind for disobeying me. You understand? I'm not finna whoop them other kids on that playground, but you gonna get it when you come in this house. This is what the Lord is saying to the children of Israel. You understand? And this is what the spirit of the Lord is. You understand? The spirit of the Lord is to chastise your own. You understand? To correct your own people, to get your people in order. You understand? To worry about what's going on in your backyard. Excuse me. You understand? That's what was going on. You understand? The Lord is in the midst of the children of Israel. Let's get back to Ruth. You understand? Because the Lord said we should not marry Moabites or Moabite or East Indian or Arab. We shouldn't marry none of them. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 7:3, because they're going to turn our hearts from following the Lord. Now, watch what Ruth did. It don't make no sense at all when you read the story of Ruth, considering what the Lord told the children of Israel, how we would how we would go away from following his laws if we marry these heathens, if Ruth was a heathen. This don't make sense. I'm finna break it down for y'all. Salakia. We're gonna do a little bit of reading, man. Y'all bear with me. You understand? So back to the story of Ruth, you understand? This brother Elimelech, him and his wife, the sister Naomi, you understand? They had two sons, you understand? Elimelech died, and both of their sons married two women of Moab, or two women that lived in Moab. And I'm gonna prove that emphatically, you understand? So Elimelech passes, you understand? And Salakia. Elimelech passes, and Mahlon and Chilion died also. You understand? But they married these two women of Moab. You understand? Salakia. Ruth 1:6. Reading on. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. You understand? So remember, they only went to the land of Moab because it was a famine. So as she moved to Moab to sojourn there, you understand, her husband dies, her sons married two women that live in Moab, you understand, and then her sons die. So now she's like, man, look, I got to get up out of here. The famine is over with. I can go ahead and go back to my own land. You understand? Because the Lord is blessing the children of Israel by feeding us now. You understand? The famine is done, right? Verse 7. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her two daughters-in-law with her. And they went on the way to return into the land of Judah. And Naomi said unto her daughters-in-law, go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, and ye have dealt, Salakia, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. You understand? So Naomi is telling these two sisters, man, look, which of the one was named Ruth, man, look, y'all go ahead and go back to y'all mother's house. You understand? Like, Y'all been good daughters to me. You understand? The Lord is gonna bless y'all because y'all been so kind to me and helping me bury the dead. You understand? And y'all was so good to y'all husbands, and the Lord is gonna bless you. You understand? Now I'm gonna read that one more time because that's heavy. Is like you I gotta get into this. Verse 7. Wherefore Salakia. Verse 8. And Naomi said unto her two daughters in law, go return each to her mother's house. She didn't say go to your father's house. You understand? Why? Because they came from the same people. You understand? They had the same forefathers. You understand? She said go to your mother's house. Meaning go back home. You understand? Go to your immediate family. You understand? The Lord The Lord deal kindly with you as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. The Lord will grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. You understand? Now, the Lord ain't blessing no other nations. You understand? The Lord is in the midst of Israel, like I just read. You understand? The Lord only loves the children of Israel. So why would these two heathens be blessed? You understand? And why would these two heathens love this woman so much? You understand? To where it kind of seems like they kind of fool with the customs of the Israelites. It don't say nothing about them indulging in the customs of their own people. You understand? Reading on. Verse 10. And they said unto her, surely we will return with thee unto thy people. They said, look, we gonna go with you unto your people, meaning unto your immediate family. But hold on. The Lord said if the children of Israel deal with other nations, that we gonna cleave unto their gods. Hold on, man. Look, these sisters look like they cleaving on to the God of the nation of Israel and Israelite people. Seems like a contradiction to me. I'm gonna read some more. 11. And Naomi said, turn again, my daughters. Oh, she called them her daughters. That's heavy. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb that they may be your husbands? You understand? This sister Naomi, she's grievous. She like, man, look, I don't want to have a burden on your life. You understand? Y'all go ahead and go do what y'all want to do. You understand? You loosed from marriage. Your husband's is dead. I ain't got no sons for you to marry. You understand? It's over with. And it's heavy that she said, do I have any more sons in my womb for you to marry? You understand? I'm gonna get into that in a second. But reading on. Verse 12. Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons. Now, why is she saying she's too old to have a husband? You understand? Why is she saying she can't bear no sons, no more sons to give them any more husbands? Why does she keep saying this? Let's go to what I want. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25 and verse 5. Now, this is very important. The book of Deuteronomy is the law. You understand? Let's get some Israelite customs for all you people out there that's for all you people out there that's that doesn't understand what she's saying to them. You understand? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25 and verse 5. If brethren dwell together and one of them die and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her and take her to himself to wife and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her. And it shall come to pass that the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother which is dead, that his name be not put out of Israel. You understand? So the customs of the children of Israel is this. Let's say I have a rib, you understand, and I have a brother or somebody that's of near kinsman to me, you understand? And I pass on and I don't have any children, you understand? Me and my rib don't have any children, right? So what happens is my next to kinsman, whether it be my physical brother that has the same father or mother as me, you understand, or a close cousin or a distant cousin, anyone that's the closest in kinsmanship to me, you understand, what his duty would have to be, you understand, what the honorable duty of him would be, you understand, is he would go unto my rib and raise up a seed for me, you understand, like it's my own son. You understand? They would name the young brother after me. You understand? It's basically like I never left. You understand? To what's the word I'm looking for? To honor me, so to speak. You understand? And that was the custom of our people. You understand? Now, for the most part, this would happen. You understand? When you read a couple of verses down, you understand? If brothers didn't decide to do this, then he was put to shame in Israel. You understand? The sister would uh I'm not getting into that, but if he refused to do that, he would basically be a shamed brother in Israel. He would be the sister would be able to put him to shame on the spot. You understand? So forth and so on. But reading on, you understand? So Genesis 25 and verse 25 is the reason, Salakia, your Genesis 25 and 25 to verse 6 is the reason why Naomi is telling them, like, look, man, I'm too old to have a husband. I can't have no more sons that y'all gonna have husbands, you understand, through a near kinsman of your husbands. You understand? Reading on. Verse 13. Would ye tarry for them till they were grown? Will ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me, much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord is going out against me. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. You understand? Ruth didn't leave her mother-in-law. You understand? The other sister, she wouldn't have gone ahead about her business. You understand? Ruth, she stayed with this sister. She stayed with Naomi, her mother-in-law. You understand? This ain't what a Moabite would do according to what the Lord said as far as us marrying these other nations. You understand? It say we gravitate to them and worship their gods. Well, it looks like Ruth is worshiping the God of the children of Israel. You understand? Salaki, reading on. Verse 15. And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is going back unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. Verse 16. And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God, my God. You understand? She said, your people is going to be my people. You understand? Not saying that she's not an Israelite, but she's saying your immediate family is going to be my immediate family. You understand? We going to serve the same God. You understand? I serve the God of the children of Israel because Ruth was an Israelite. You understand? She didn't serve the God of Molech. You understand? She didn't serve the God of Baal. She served the God of the children of Israel. You understand? Reading on. Verse 17. Where thou diest, will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught be death, part thee and me. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. So they two went and Salakia. So they too went until they came to Bethlehem, and it came to pass when they were come to Bethlehem that all the city was moved about them. And they said, is this Naomi? And she said unto them, call me not Naomi, call me Marah, for the Almighty have dealt very bitterly with me. You understand? This is the Naomi. She done lost her husband. She done lost both her sons. You understand? She's in a state of depression and in sorrow. She don't even want to be called by her own name. She said, call me Marah. You understand? Salaki, I ain't got my tools with me right now, but I believe hey, never mind. I'll probably get that in a minute if it ain't too late. You understand? But she don't even want to be called Naomi. She's saying, call me Marah. You understand? Because the Lord have dealt very bitterly with me. She's sad. She depressed. You understand? Verse 21. Like it. I went out full, and the Lord have brought me home again empty. Why then call ye me Naomi, seeing that the Lord hath testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me? So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, with her, which returned out of the country of Moab. And they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest. Ruth, the second chapter, verse 1. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabite said unto Naomi, let me know, Salaki, let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, go, my daughter. So what Naomi is doing, she is following the law of Deuteronomy, the 25th chapter, the 5th and 6th verse. You understand? She understands that her husband has a near kinsman by the name of Boaz. You understand? And she like, look, let me go find grace in his sight. You understand? Let me go find favor in his sight. That way I can raise up seed unto your Salakia. So I can raise up seed for your son, you understand, by his next of kin. You understand? This is a law in the Bible. This is another thing that shows you that Ruth was not a Moabite. You understand? Ruth kept the laws of the Lord. You understand? Once again, she was called a Moabitess because she was raised in the land of Moab. Once again, no different than be calling me an African American. You understand? Or you calling somebody after a city that they grow up in. You understand? Perfect example, brothers that grew up in New York, they might say, oh, I'm a New Yorker. You understand? Or I'm a Philadelphian. You understand? It's the same thing. You understand? Verse 3. And she went and came and gleaned, Salakia. Verse 4, excuse me. And behold, Boaz came forth from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, the Lord be with you. And they answered him, the Lord bless thee. Then said Boaz unto his servant that was set up, Salaki, that was set over the reapers, whose damsel is this? And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, it is a Moabitish damsel that came back from Naomi out of the country of Moab. So there you have it. Ruth is called a Moabitish damsel. You understand? She just like these so-called Jews call themselves Jewish. You're not a real Jew. You're something like a Jew. You understand? You speak Yiddish in ignorance, thinking that you speak in Hebrew. You understand? You put the Torah in a black box and sit it on the top of your forehead because the scriptures tell you to keep the law. You understand? Wear the law on your forehead. You understand? Which that means keep the law in your mind. You understand? You wear all black suits and big hats and coats looking goofy because the scripture said Judah is black unto the ground. You understand? You don't know the Bible. And just like you call Jewish or I call a grown person childish, it does not mean they're a child. You understand? It means they act like a child. You understand? Or they coming from a place of a child. And this is the same thing with this sister Ruth. She's called a Moabitish woman because she grew up in the land of Moab. You understand? Salakia. Verse 7. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheavers. Salakia, among the sheaves. So she came and have continued even from the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, harvest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast at my maidens. Let thine eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? And when thou art athirst, go into the vessels and drink out of that which the young men have drawn. Man, look, this brother is showing kindness to Ruth. He like, man, look, sis, you ain't got to be working and all of this type of stuff. Man, look, just chill out. You hungry, get you something to eat, get you something to drink. You understand? Chill out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to work. Look, I done already charged the young man. Ain't nobody going to touch you. You understand? Just you chill, right? Now, Boaz is not finna do this, you understand, to a goddamn heathen. Now, when you understand who Boaz is, Salakia, let me get Matthew's, the first chapter. Boaz is a direct descendant, or Salakia, a direct forefather of Christ. We're going to get that. Book of Matthew, chapter 1. Book of Matthew, chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. You understand? This is the book of the generation of Jesus Christ, or the genealogy of Jesus Christ. You understand? Or Christ's pedigree. You understand? Where he comes from, male to male. You understand? This is how you know who Christ is, who his forefathers is. You understand? And this is also how you know that you come from the seed line of your fathers. You understand? Verse 2. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren. That Judas right there, like I said earlier, this is a Greek translation for the word Judah, or Yahweh in Hebrew. You understand? Verse 3. And Judas begat Pharez, and Zara of Thamar, and Pharez begat Esrom, and Esrom begat Aram, and Aram begat Aminadab, and Aminadab beget Naasan, and Naasan beget Salmon, and Salmon beget Booz of Rechab. You understand? This Booz is a translation of Boaz. You understand? Booz right here in Matthew, the first chapter, in verse 5. This Booz of Rechab is Boaz. You understand? And Booz beget Obed of Ruth. You understand? Because when you read on in the story of the story of Ruth, you understand? Her son was Obed. You understand? That she obtained through Boaz. You understand? And Obed beget Jesse, and Jesse beget David the king, and David the king beget Solomon. You understand? These is all Judites. You understand? When you go down further and further, you'll get to Jesse. You understand? Which was Christ's Salakia. Not Jesse. Excuse me, Joseph. You'll get Joseph. You understand? Which was Christ's father. You understand? His physical father, not some Negro that just took on a baby that some broad he was dealing with that he never had sex with, because you Christians believe that he never had sex with Mary, and he just took on a son that she just popped up with out of nowhere. That doesn't make any sense. It's retarded, and only a fool would do that. You understand? Babies come from sex. They do not come from immaculate conception that is false. They absolutely come from the Holy Spirit. And what is the Holy Spirit in that sense? The Holy Spirit is the Lord putting that spirit on you to tie fire to that sister's tail so you can bring forth children. You understand? That's how babies come about. If you do not understand, they'll teach you this in sex education when you're a goddamn kid. You understand? But meanwhile, these retarded Christians and fake Israelites, you understand, that believe in immaculate conception, they'll tell you that Christ came from immaculate conception. 1968, my man, where you been at, man? Where did Adam come from? I'm gonna answer that question for you real briefly. We're gonna get back to this. You understand? I'm gonna answer that question for you real quick, brother. Gotcha. Mm, the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our own image. Now, that word God in the Hebrew is Elohim, or powers. You understand? This is Christ, you understand, receiving a order from the Lord, you understand, and him giving the orders to the angels up under him to create. You understand? This is why the Lord is called the Most High God, or the Lord of Hosts. The Lord is a man of war. You understand? If you have to dig deep into this Bible, you understand, to understand the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis is one of the most misunderstood books in the Bible because it's metaphorically speaking in a lot of passages, you understand? And it's a lot of slang in Genesis. If you read the Bible from the sense of a white man wrote it, and you don't read it from a sense that it's coming from the mouth of niggas, so to speak, that speak ebonics, you understand, and speak slang, then you won't understand the book of Genesis. This is why the scriptures say you must needs be taught first, then you can teach. You understand? But I'm gonna read that again. The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our own image and our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over every creeping thing, so like over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Adam came from a man and a woman having sex. You don't read about Adam in the first chapter of Genesis. You understand? You read about Adam in the second chapter of Genesis. When the Lord said he breathed the breath of life in Adam's lungs and he became a living soul, that breath of life is the law, statutes, and commandments, or the oral law that the Lord gave Adam through the constellations and the stars. This is where the Hebrew language comes from. Matter of fact, I got a precept for you. The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. Salakia, bear with me. These glasses kind of dark in here. So God made Adam from the dust of the earth, but God can't create Jesus from a virgin lady. Is that what you're saying? Nah, that's not what I'm saying, brother. You have to understand when it says Adam, when it says the Lord created Adam for the dust of the earth, the dust is not the dirt. You understand? The dust is sitting above the dirt. Like if you walk in a damn baseball field and you kick your feet up, you're gonna see dust on top of the ground. You understand? That is a metaphor for being in a low state. You understand? Or not having the wherewithal to actually live in righteousness. This is why the Lord called said that the Edomites are what's the word I'm looking for? They are base men. You understand? This is why the Lord called Edomites base men, meaning they are low people. You understand? They on a low totem pole. You understand? But Salakia, let me get that precept for you real quick. The Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1. in the Apocrypha. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life. All that keep the law shall come to life. This is the breath of life that came into Adam's lungs. You understand? The Lord put the spirit on Adam to actually understand the constellations in the sky. This is where the Hebrew language comes from. Matter of fact, tune in on Friday for a Lashawan Kodash class taught by me, myself, priest officer Karan Yala. You understand? But the Lord gave these law, statutes, and commandments to Adam through the constellations of the sky, and he became a living soul. Thus, once again, the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. You understand? The Lord said, if you leave these law, statutes, and commandments, you're gonna die. You're gonna physically die eventually one day, but you're gonna be the walking dead, a dead soul. You understand? Salakia. What does your body do when you die? Does it return to its original state of dirt? Of course, your body going to the dirt. You understand? The worms eat your goddamn body up. Rats and rodents eat your body up, and they crawl right up in the dirt. You understand? And then what happens to you? You come back. You understand? Your soul, you understand, comes back in your same family, whether it be a distant cousin, you understand, or a distant son later on in life. You understand? However the Lord sees fit for you, that's how you come back. But to answer your question, your body does go back into the dirt. You understand? But Adam being raised from the dust, that's being a low state. Dirt and dust are two different things. You understand? Salaki, back to the book of Ruth. 1968, good to hear from you, brother. Ain't seen you in a minute. Boy, where you been? What was that? The book of Ruth? Excuse me. Yeah, kind. What was that? Book of Ruth, chapter 2 and 9. Let thine eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they should not touch thee? And when thou art athirst, go into thy vessels and drink of that which the young men have drawn. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground and said unto him, why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? You understand? Ruth said, look, why are you showing so much kindness to me when you don't even know me? You understand? She's not saying she's a stranger as in being a heathen. You understand? She like, man, why are you showing so much kindness to me? You don't even know me like that. You understand? Verse 11, and Boaz answered and said unto her, it has fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother and the land of thy nativity, and art come unto a people which thou knewest not heretofore. You understand? He said, look, I know about what you did. You an honorable sister. You done left your mother and your father, you understand, to come to leave the land of your nativity, the land of where you're native to. You understand? Like, the word native is so heavy in this passage. You understand? Me, myself personally, I'm from Oakland, California. I'm an Oakland native. You understand? But Oakland is not my homeland. My homeland is Israel. You understand? You got brothers that grow up in Chicago, natives to Chicago, or natives to Trinidad and Tobago, Haiti, Brazil, the UK. But that's not where you're from. You come from the children of Israel. So your original homeland is the land of Israel. You understand? Reading on. He said, look, man, I know how you left the land of your nativity to come to a people you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And he understood why she did it. She an Israelite, man. Come on. Read on. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel, under whose wing thou art come to trust. Then she said, let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid, though I be not like unto one of thine handmaids. Handmaids. You know what I'm saying? She like, man, look, you've been nice to me. You don't even know me like the rest of these sisters over here. You understand? Reading on, verse 14. And Boaz said unto her, at mealtime, come thou hither and eat of the bread, and dip thy morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers and reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and left. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not, and let her fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them, and rebuke her not. So he said, he telling the men up under him, man, look, man, look out for this sister. Show her great kindness. This is an honorable sister over here. You understand? Verse 17. So she gleaned in the field until even, and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. And she took it up and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her that she had reserved after she was sufficed. And her mother-in-law, Salakia, and her mother-in-law said unto her, where hast thou gleaned today? And where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said, the man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, blessed be he of the Lord, who have not left of his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, the man is near of kin unto us, one of our next kinmen. And Ruth the Moabitess said, he said unto me also, thou shalt keep fast by my young man until they have ended all my harvest. And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that thou go and with his handmaids, that they meet thee not in any other field. So she kept fast by the handmaids of Boaz to glean until the end of barley harvest and of wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. You understand? So what happened was, the sister basically told her, Naomi was like, look, man, that's a good brother. You understand? Oh yeah, he near of kinsman to us. You understand? Stick close to him. You understand? Because that's the next of kinsman to us. And eventually he gonna notice exactly who you are. You understand? And he gonna show kindness unto you. So just go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. You understand? And you gonna reap the benefits, you understand, of the Lord having mercy on you, and the Lord comforting your soul from you losing your husband. You understand? That's basically what she's telling her in so many words. You understand? What do you see happening in 2023? The same thing that been happening, brother. You understand? You're gonna get more rappers dying. You understand? It's gonna be more scandal, more whoredom. You understand? More plagues. You understand? Because this is the end as we know it. You understand? The Lord is wreaking havoc on this place. He's wreaking havoc on the oppressor. You understand? He's going to punish the children of Israel that don't want to hear what the ISUBK has to say. You understand? He's going to wreak havoc on the children of Israel if you keep celebrating these holidays. Not you personally, 1968, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that's not here in the ISUBK up under Commander General Yana. You understand? That's what's going to happen in 2023. You're going to see more disease, more plagues, more whoredom. A lot more rappers is going to die. You understand? Some famous rappers. The Lord is cleaning house. You understand? He didn't crack this earth wide open. You understand? And it is what it is. This is how it's got to be until Christ come back. Earth is going to get worse and worse. You understand? But Salakia. Uh, Ruth 3, Ruth 3 and verse 1. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, My daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that I may, so like it, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, which whose maiden thou wast? Behold, he knoweth, Shalaki, he winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor, but make not thyself known unto the man until he have, Shalaki, until he shall have done eating and drinking. Excuse me. And it shall be when he lieth down that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in and uncover his feet and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. You understand? So Naomi giving her some game. She like, look, man, the brother, he finna work. You understand? He finna get it in. He finna do what he do for the day. Then he gonna eat. You understand? He gonna sit back, eat, chill, have a drink. You understand? But don't make yourself known to him. You understand? Come to him subtly. Then when he lay down, then you lay up under his feet. You understand? Mark where he's laying down at, and then go, like when she say mark where he laying down at, go see where he laying down at. Then lay up under his feet. You understand? Cover his feet and lay up under the brother's feet. You understand? He gonna notice you then. She giving her game on how to get this brother to notice her, you understand? So she can eventually become this brother's wife. You understand? Verse 5. And she said unto her, All that thou sayest unto me, I will do. And she went down unto the floor and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn. And she came softly and uncovered his feet and laid her down. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid and turned himself. And behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said, Who art thou? And she answered, I am Ruth, thine handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thine handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. You understand? So she revealed herself to him like, look, I'm Ruth. You understand? You a near kinsman unto my husband that passed. You understand? Spread forth your skirt over me. You understand? I like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You are the man to marry, you understand, according to the laws of the children of Israel. This ain't no Moabite woman doing this. You understand? The Moabites, they sacrifice children at this time. You understand? They got customs of eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and live octopuses on sticks, how they do today. This ain't no Moabite woman. You understand? She coming. You understand how a righteous Israelite woman is coming, which once again, Ruth is the great grandmother of King David. You understand? Verse 10. And he said, Blessed be thou of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning. Insomuch as thou followest not young men, whether rich or poor. So like it, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to thee all that thou requirest. For all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. Howbeit, there is a kinsman nearer than I. You understand? Most High in Christ, sir. The water. I definitely appreciate that. You understand? So Boaz, being a righteous brother, he like, look, all right, for sure, says I got you, but look, it's a kinsman that's nearer than me. You understand? So we gonna have to go to the proper procedures of allowing him to take you as a possession because he's nearer to your husband than I am. You understand? Verse 12. Verse 13. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman part. But if he will not do the part of a kinsman to thee, then will I do the part of a kinsman to thee. As the Lord liveth, lie down until the morning. You understand? This is the law. They talking about the law of Deuteronomy, the 25th chapter. You understand? I believe. Salaki. The law of the Deuteronomy, the 25th chapter. You understand? Verse 5 and 6. You understand? Ain't no Moabite woman is doing this. You understand? The Lord told us that we can't even marry heathens. Deuteronomy 7 and 3. You understand? But this brother understands that she's not a Moabite. She's just an Israelite sister that grew up in the land of Moab. This is why he's dealing with her like a family member. You understand? Verse 14. And she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. And he said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. Also, he said, bring the veil that thou hast put upon thee and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley and laid it on her. And she went into the city. You understand? So Moab, like, look, man, don't even tell nobody you came and slept up in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? You know how Israel do. Niggas had the same spirit on them back in the day, how they got today. You understand? You see a brother walk out of a house or out of a place where somebody is sleeping at, you understand, with a sister early in the morning. They catch you walking out of a hotel with a sister that you was in that hotel with sleeping all night. They only thinking one thing. Oh yeah, it went down. You understand? And he don't wanna make her look like she's a whore. You understand? He don't want to go against what the law says, you understand? Because they don't have no witnesses that say they did not sleep together. So he like, man, look, don't even tell nobody that you didn't even sleep in here, you understand? Because we don't want niggas to get to thinking the wrong idea. You understand? Salakia. What was I at? Verse 16. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said, these 6 measures of barley gave he me. For he said to me, go not empty unto thy mother-in-law. Then said she, sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing this day. Verse 4. Then Boaz up to the gate and set him down there. So like then Boaz went up to the gate and set him down there. And behold, the kinsman who Boaz spake came by unto whom he said, ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. So he seen the brother like, hey, bro, check it out. Check it out. Hey, look, man, look, sit down, bro. I've been looking for you. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, real Jake. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for tapping in at the water. Like, look, man, sit down, bro. I got to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Verse 2. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, sit ye down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech. And I thought to advertise thee, saying, buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people. If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me that I may know, for there is none to redeem it besides thee. And I am Salakia, and I am after thee. After he said Salakia, and he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. So he getting at him like, hey, look, bro, it's a field, bro, that one of our near kinsmen, you understand, that you need to go redeem it. You understand? Not only do you need to redeem that field, he had a wife that he didn't have children by the name of Ruth. You need to redeem her as well. You understand? You first in line before me. This is a righteous brother. You understand? He going in ranking order as far as closest kinsmanship. You understand, to the brother that passed. So he like, look, you can redeem the field and the sister. If you don't want to redeem it, then it's mine for the taking because I'm the nearest of kinsmen right after you. You understand? Salakia. Verse 6, and the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar mine own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in the former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing. For to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor. And this was a testimony in Israel. Therefore, the kinsman said unto Boaz, buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe. You understand? So this brother was like, look, man, I can't redeem it for myself. You understand? I'm a forfeit my own heritage. I mean, my own inheritance. You understand? You go ahead and take it for yourself, brother. Get down. You know what I'm saying? Take the sister. You know what I'm saying? He raised up seed to our fallen brother. You understand? And y'all enjoy that land. You understand? Verse 9, and Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that is Elimelech's and all that was Shilion's and Mahlon's of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day. So he brought the elders to be witnesses, you understand, to this discussion that they was going to have about the inheritance of land and this sister Ruth, you understand, to be either one of these next to kinsman's wife. You understand? Salakia. Verse 11, and the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel, and do thou worthily in Ephrath, and be famous in Bethlehem, and let thy house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bare unto Judah, of the seed which the Lord shall give thee of this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son. And the woman said unto Naomi, blessed be the Lord, which have not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life, and a nourisher of thine old age, for thy daughter-in-law, which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, have borne him. And Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it. And the woman, her neighbors, gave it a name, saying, there is a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generations of Pharez. Pharez beget Hezron, and Hezron beget Ram, and Ram beget Aminadab, and Aminadab beget Nahshon, and Nahshon beget Salam, and Salam beget Boaz, and Boaz beget Obed, and Obed beget Jesse, and Jesse beget David. You understand? And that's the story of Ruth. You understand? A righteous sister. You understand? That understood her role as a Israelite princess to keep the law of the Lord. This was not a goddamn heathen woman. You understand? Christ does not have any heathen ancestors, not whatsoever. You understand? With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barak Thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Thumb by Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. The water for the brothers and sisters that tuned in. You understand? I'm gonna give y'all a quick shout out. Officer Shabal, Officer 5K Shabal. You understand? Officer 500 Natazab, Officer 500 Iraq. You understand? Salakia. The Good Brother 1968, Adolphus Last, Real Jake 144. I definitely appreciate y'all, man. Shalom, Israel.